Hey, so this video is on how to write a counterclaim. A counterclaim is part of writing persuasively. So when you write persuasively, you're trying to get someone to do something you want them to do or to think a way that you want them to think. So a counterclaim is part of that argument because it helps people know that you see both sides of the story, that you're not just saying something because you're completely biased or because you're ignorant of both sides, but that you acknowledge both sides of the argument and you still believe what you think is correct. So it's important to know how to write a counterclaim when you're writing any sort of persuasive article or essay. So in part of that, we have our objective here. I will write a clear counterclaim. What is a counterclaim? It acknowledges the other side of the argument, which is what we just said. So in other words, it tells the other side of the story. If you imagine that you are in a courtroom and you have two people on opposite sides of the courtroom, you're going to briefly step to the other side and acknowledge the other person's perspective. Here's an example. Here's the claim: water bottles should be allowed in schools because they could increase grades, help students stay healthy, and reduce drowsiness. But here's the other side of the story, or the counterclaim. If students start bringing water bottles to class, they might have to leave to the bathroom more often. So this is just helping someone see that you acknowledge the other side of that argument, which gives credibility to what you believe. Here's another example that I'll let you read. But again, we have one side of the argument here, and then we're just acknowledging the other side. It's a way, once again, to bring credibility to what you are saying, that you understand all of the facets of the argument. So here's how to do it. If you have your thesis, the thing that you believe, the thing that you're trying to get people to do, you're going to use one of these lead-in phrases. Some people, others. Step 2, you're going to follow this lead-in phrase with one of these verbs, like argue, believe, claim, or think. So if we said some people argue, we're going to go to step 3, the other side of the argument. Some people argue that water bottles shouldn't be allowed in class, plus one of the following words, because or as. Some people argue that students shouldn't be allowed to have water bottles in class because, and then you include the piece of evidence that supports the other side. And that's it. Once you've written that one sentence, all of these little pieces build up to one sentence, or it could be two. Excuse my dog. Then you have your counterclaim.